Ziegler from FX Ziegler YouTube channel, and today we'll talk how to draw a trend line. So let me see. To draw an upper trend line, we need to connect successive price reaction lows. To draw a downtrend line, we need to connect successive price reaction highs or peaks. So let me see how to do that. We have a rising trend, a bullish trend, as you see, higher highs all the time. Now we want to draw a trend line. You see, we connected lows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the valid trend line because when we have at least 3 dots, 3 lows that we connect, we can talk about valid trend line. Now let me see one bad example. The same, we have a rising bullish trend, higher highs all the time. But here we have a bad trend line. This is not good trend line. Why? Because this line doesn't connect all lows. And you should never do this. Try to connect lows or highs when you draw a trend line. The same thing we can do when we draw a bearish trend line. For example, we have a bearish trend, as you can see. Now we can draw a trend line. You can see that we connect highs, peaks, 1, 2, and 3. This is the valid trend line because we connected 3 highs. Let me see some practical examples. Right now we are watching Bitcoin real-time chart. Here we have 2 dots that we connected, one from the January 2021 and another from the March 2021. So using this trend line we can see bullish trend of Bitcoin. Another example is New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen on 4-hour chart. Here we can try to draw a trend line. Like this. I have 3 dots from December, from the January and from March. As you can see, this is the valid trend line and we can tell that this trend line is a strong support for New Zealand Japanese yen. Another example is US 30 index. So if you watch this on 30-minute chart, we can always draw main trends but small trends as well. For example, I will just draw one small trend line like this. You see, small trend line. Then on the April 1, this trend line is bearish, trend line is broken. Price went up, as you can see, and then price started to go down to touch the trend line and then again up. This is the classical primer. This is just example from the books. When we have a trend, small trend, then we have some kind of breakout, then going up, then back to the trend line and up again. So we can just watch a silver example. This can be interesting example. Look this. We can draw trend line here. As you can see, this is the valid trend line because we have a 3 connected dots. Right now, in this moment, the price is 25.09 and just in this moment, on April 6, 2021, we are having the moment when we trying to touch this trend line in 4 dots. So if we see that price breaks 25.3, there is a high probability, and we see, for example, daily close above this level, it's just a situation where we have a breakout and we can make buy trade for silver and maybe try to achieve 29. So if you, for example, silver trader and you like to trade, maybe you just need to look this setup, because right in this moment we are almost on trend line and daily close above 25.2.3 is a sign for bullish trend. Then another index. Here we have almost range, as you can see. Look this. This is the good trend line, but sometimes you can draw several trend lines. This is the valid trend line too. But the trend line, this longer trend line, has bigger impact than this trend line that connects only two dots, because more dots that you connect, more impact, more significant this trend line is. So in this example, for example, if I have a 5, 6, 7 dots that we connected with using the trend line, that means that that trend line is a strong resistance or strong support. Now, this is the, for example, 1 minute chart for US dollar francs, and if you see this, we can draw trend line easily. For example, like this. Oh no, this is the wrong trend line, because we didn't, like I said, we cannot go across the price. Look there, this is the interesting thing. Sometimes trend line is very tough to draw. Maybe this is the best thing that I can do. So my trend line is realistic right now, and I do not go across any candle, as you can see. So this is the example of good trend line on 1 minute chart. And then on the end, I want to talk about exceptions. Can we create exceptions? Yes, we can. In the book Technical Analysis from John Murphy, he talked a lot about exceptions when we draw trend lines. For example, this is the example of exception. Why? Because, as you can see, in March 2020, you see this crazy spike a year before. Crazy spike on daily chart. And when we have that crazy spikes, we can sometimes not to use higher high, we can use the close price as a dot that we want to connect. So I can draw trend line like this. But if I decide to draw like this, it's not a mistake. It's okay. There's no mistake here, but sometimes if you see, for example, when you draw, for example, two trend lines, upper is the first, the second is down, and you see, for example, the down trend line connects, for example, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots, and the upper doesn't connect any, or just 2 dots. In that case, the best trend line is the line that connect more lows or more highs, and in that case you can keep that. Or like John Murphy says in his book, you can draw the both one to put and a second to put. There's no problem. It's just a trend line. You didn't break any rule. You just draw trend lines as they can help you to spot the trend, to see direction, to see some important price level. Only that. So this is it. Please read our article on our website, and I wish you a great day. Bye bye.